Sutton Stracke knows how to live her best life. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, mom of three, currently splits her time between her home in California and her house in Georgia, and has been loving every single second of it. Sutton recently took to her Instagram story, where she posted a photo of her garden area outside one of her homes. The entrepreneur snapped a photo of one of her iron heron bird sculptures hanging out along her brick patio. But it appears that Sutton has a bit of a green thumb, too. Multiple planters can be seen sitting along the brick, filled with lush green bushes. Gorgeous, light pink flowers can also be seen climbing along the window, standing tall and beautiful. Sutton's life is definitely in full bloom, and she is pretty happy about it. "I love my effing life," she wrote along the bottom of the photo. Sutton Stracke reveals an update on her kids and family. In the last few months, Sutton has been busy spending time with her family as her kids celebrate multiple milestones. Sutton Stracke celebrates her son's high school graduation. Sutton kicked off her summer by counting down the days to becoming an empty nester when her youngest son, James Stracke, graduated from high school in June. Sutton took to Instagram at the time, where she posted a reel filled with photos of herself and her two older children standing outside of James' high school graduation. "Not the baby," she wrote in the caption of the post. "Third child has graduated. Congratulations to all those class of 2025. Wishing you all the very best in life." Sutton Stracke posts a sweet tribute to her daughter, Porter Stracke, on her birthday. In May, Sutton celebrated the birthday of her only daughter, Porter Stracke. At the time, Sutton took to Instagram, where she posted old and current photos of herself and her look-alike daughter, and penned such a sweet tribute to her in the caption of the post. "Happy birthday to my favorite girl in the whole wide world," Sutton wrote in the caption of the post. "My pride and love abound." See how Sutton Stracke celebrated her mom, RHOBH's birthday. Sutton's mom, RHOBH, also celebrated her birthday in July. Sutton took to Instagram on July 9, where she posted a reel of photos of RHOBH, along with a tribute to her. "Happy birthday to my mother, RHOBH," she wrote in the caption of the post. "We love you. Your California family, Sutton, Porter, Philip, and James." Sutton Stracke reveals her favorite thing about living in Georgia. Just as much as Sutton loves her house in Bel Air, she really loves spending time in Augusta. Sutton spoke with the Atlanta Journal-Constitution in April, where she shared her favorite thing about her house in Georgia. "My house has 4 porches," she said. "You can hear the train at 4:30 a.m. It's calming. I sleep more there. Life slows down." The late afternoon sun, thick and golden like Georgia peach jam, slanted across Sutton Stracke's brick patio. A lone iron heron, its silhouette sharp against the verdant backdrop, stood sentinel by a cluster of terracotta pots overflowing with lush green hydrangeas. Nearby, pale pink climbing roses scaled the wall of her charming Augusta home, their delicate petals a soft contrast to the sturdy brick. Sutton, iced tea in hand, surveyed her handiwork, a contented sigh escaping her lips. "I love my effing life," she murmured, the words a quiet benediction to the blooming beauty around her. Life for Sutton truly was in full bloom. The past few months had been a whirlwind of family milestones, a bittersweet symphony of goodbyes and proud welcomes. Just weeks ago, the echoing halls of James's high school had been filled with a cacophony of cheers and emotional farewells. Sutton had watched, a lump in her throat, as her youngest strode across the stage, a cap and gown transforming him from her baby into a young man ready to conquer the world. "Not the baby," she captioned the Instagram reel, a montage of blurry, joyful photos with her older children, Porter and Philip, flanking their beaming graduate. The empty nest loomed, a concept both daunting and exhilarating. But the goodbyes were tempered by joyful reunions and heartfelt tributes. May had brought the vibrant celebration of Porter's birthday. Sutton had scrolled through old photographs, a wistful smile playing on her lips as she selected a perfect blend of past and present. Her only daughter, a spitting image with her striking features and spirited gaze, was a constant source of pride. "Happy birthday to my favorite girl in the whole wide world," she'd penned, the words flowing effortlessly from a heart overflowing with love. My pride and love abound. July, in turn, had been dedicated to the matriarch of the family, RHOBH. Sutton had curated a reel of photographs, each one a testament to her mother's enduring grace and strength. From faded snapshots of a younger RHOBH to recent, sun-kissed images, the montage painted a picture of a life well lived. "Happy birthday to my mother, RHOBH," she'd written, a wave of affection washing over her. "We love you. Your California family, Sutton, Porter, Philip, and James." The distance between California and Georgia felt negligible in moments like these, bridged by the invisible threads of familial love. California, her primary residence in Bel Air, held a special place in Sutton's heart, a hub of bustling activity and vibrant social circles. But it was in Augusta that her soul truly found its quiet rhythm. She had shared this sentiment with the Atlanta Journal-Constitution in April, her voice imbued with a sense of peaceful contentment. "My house has 4 porches," she'd explained, gesturing vaguely towards the sprawling Southern-style home. "You can hear the train at 4:30 a.m. It's calming. I sleep more there. Life slows down." And it did. Here, the hum of city life was replaced by the gentle chirping of crickets and the distant mournful whistle of a passing train. The days unfolded at a leisurely pace, marked by long mornings spent with coffee on a wicker swing, afternoons tending to her flourishing garden, and evenings filled with the quiet companionship of her thoughts. The constant demands of her various ventures, the social whirl of Beverly Hills, all receded, replaced by a profound sense of peace. Today, as the shadows lengthened, painting long stripes across the lawn, Sutton rose and walked towards the climbing roses. She ran a gentle hand over the soft petals, marveling at their resilience, their ability to transform a plain brick wall into a work of art. Her life, like these roses, had found a way to bloom, even through the inevitable changes and transitions. The empty nest wasn't a void, but an opening, an opportunity to rediscover herself, to nurture her passions, to simply be. She thought of James, embarking on his collegiate adventure, and Porter, navigating the complexities of young adulthood. She thought of Philip, always forging his own path, and her mother, RHOBH, a constant source of wisdom and love. Each of them, like the delicate tendrils of the climbing roses, were reaching for their own sunlight, finding their own unique ways to flourish. The train whistle sounded, a mournful, drawn-out cry that cut through the twilight air. Sutton didn't flinch. Instead, she leaned against the cool brick, letting the sound wash over her, a familiar comfort in the deepening dusk. Life was indeed slowing down, in the best possible way. The frantic pace of the past had given way to a quietude that nurtured her spirit, allowing her to appreciate the simple, profound beauty of her effing life. Tomorrow, perhaps she would explore a new antique shop in town, or spend hours lost in a good book on one of her 4 porches. Maybe she'd try her hand at a new recipe, or simply sit and watch the sun rise, listening to the world awaken around her. The possibilities were endless, and for Sutton Stracke, that was the most beautiful bloom of all. The Georgia air, thick with the scent of pine and damp earth after a brief evening shower, embraced Sutton as she stepped onto her back porch. The stars, pinpricks of light in the vast velvet sky, seemed closer here, less diluted by city glow. She settled into a rocking chair, the rhythmic creak a soothing counterpoint to the distant hum of cicadas. This was her sanctuary, a place where the noise of the world receded and the whispers of her own heart grew louder. The quiet art of living. Sutton often mused about the contrast between her 2 lives. In Bel Air, every day was a curated experience, a dance of appointments, events, and the constant hum of a vibrant social scene. It was exhilarating, a testament to her drive and her ability to thrive in a fast-paced environment. Yet here in Augusta, life unspooled with a deliberate grace. Mornings were for lingering over coffee, watching the dew evaporate from the leaves of her hydrangeas. Afternoons might involve a trip to the local farmer's market, the vibrant colors and earthy smells a feast for the senses. Evenings often found her curled up with a book, the silence punctuated only by the occasional hoot of an owl. She found a particular joy in the mundane here, the feel of rich soil beneath her fingers as she repotted a new bloom, the satisfaction of a perfectly brewed sweet tea, the quiet camaraderie with her neighbor, Mrs. Gable, who shared tips on growing the best tomatoes. These were not grand gestures, but small, perfect moments that stitched together the fabric of a truly contented life. Echoes of family. Even with the quiet, her children were never far from her thoughts. James, now undoubtedly immersed in the whirlwind of college life, was sending sporadic, enthusiastic texts about new friends and challenging classes. Porter, with her artistic flair, was exploring her passions, her calls filled with exciting updates on creative projects.